I told you the Pacers are going to look for revenge. And without Celtics star player Jason Tatum missing his third game of the season, and they were without Sam Hauser tonight, Pacers were full strength. They lost Halliburton in the second quarter. He had to be carried out by two people. Prayers up to him, by the way. You hate to see a good player go down. You hate to see any player go down, but their star player going down, self-inflicted injury, you hate to see it. So prayers to him. They lost this game 133 to 131. It was a very close game this whole game. The Celtics only led by 11. They were leading for most of the game, though. Lost control of it in the fourth quarter. Pacers really picked up the pace, and a couple of questionable late in the game calls and challenged being overturned. I don't know. I'm not going to play the blame game of blaming the refs because everyone loves to just do that when the game doesn't end in their favor. The reason why the game was left in the refs' hands is because you left the game too close to call. Shouldn't have been a close game, wouldn't have these issues. Period. But now the regular season series is tied 2-2. And this will be the last we see of the Pacers until playoffs, if we end up matching up against them. Jaylen Brown had a season-high 40 points tonight, really stepping up in the absence of the other Jay. But he was balling out with his broski KP, who had 19, 6, and 7 on the night. Holiday also matched his season-high tonight with 21 points, 6 rebounds, and 6 assists. Derek White had an off night. He had 13 points. Al Horford had 11 points. And Fast PP off the bench had 14. And for the Pacers, second time in a row, Mathurin off the bench being their leading scorer, 26. This time his efforts end in a victory. Actually, all their bench, they had 3 people in double figures off their bench. Their bench put in work and definitely outscored the Celtics bench. The Celtics now come home to take on the Minnesota Timberwolves, the red-hot Minnesota Timberwolves. They're killing it. They sit at the 1 seed currently in the West, so it'll be a battle of the Eastern Conference number 1 seeded Boston Celtics versus the Western Conference's number 1 seeded Minnesota Timberwolves at the Boston Garden on Wednesday. And then it doesn't end there because the Celtics are on a traveling back-to-back to take on the Bucks. Yikes. And then they come back home to take on the Rockets on Saturday. Whew. So until Wednesday, this has been Brie Marie D, Boston Banner Bound.